Ladies and gentlemen, from the DoubleTree in Orange, California, Thompson Boxing Promotions is proud to present the feature attraction, as this is the main event of the evening. Sponsored by Lucas Oil and sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, Executive Director Andy Foster, Chairman John Caravelli. Your three judges scoring this bout, should it go the distance, are Eddie Hernandez Jr., Marty Dinkin, and Zach Young. Timekeeper, Willie Adiola. Ringside physicians, Dr. Robert Ruelas, Jeff Roberts, and Dr. Eddie Ayub. And last but not least, the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Jerry Cantu. 6 rounds of action in the 132-pound weight division. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the DoubleTree Hotel in Orange, California, where battles are fought and champions are made, ladies and gentlemen, let the battles begin! First, fighting out of the red corner to my left. He steps in the ring tonight wearing the black trunks trimmed with silver and white. When he stepped onto the scale, he went in officially at 132 pounds even. As a professional, he has 10 fights to his credit, including 7 victories against 1 defeat with 2 bouts even. 6 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, de Baja California, Tijuana, Mexico, introducing Ricardo Lopez. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner to my right. He steps in the ring tonight wearing the navy blue trunks trimmed with white. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 131.3 solid pounds. Tonight, he steps into the ring undefeated. 7 wins with 0 losses. 5 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us tonight, all the way from Midland, Texas, here is the hard-hitting Michael Dutchover.
Gentlemen, you were giving you instructions in the dressing room. I want a good, clean, hard fight. You will obey my commands at all times. Here is legal. It's a little bit high, so here is legal. Touch him up.
Jerry to the third man in the ring. We are ready for our main event tonight. Thompson Boxing's Night of Champions here at the DoubleTree in Orange. So always get the Facebook going, especially during the main event. A lot of people in Midland, Texas watching us. Y saludos a todos los que están mirando en Tijuana, Zona Norte. That is where Ricardo Lopez is from. Explosivo is his nickname. Juan Melendez, I'm so excited, can't even sit down, bro. Sit down, Juan Melendez. I know you're going for a Dutchover. Dutchover in the cowboy blue and silver. There's that star in the back of his trunks, like a good Texan. Believes that Whataburger is better than In-N-Out, but we'll get into that later.
Blasphemy.
And how dare he? But he's a good young fighter. Both of them 20 years old.
One note about Ricardo Lopez, Beto. Soft opposition. This is his first bout out of Tijuana. Keep that in mind.
Dutchover 7-0, 5 KOs. Lopez 7-1-2. Steve mentioned all those fights in Tijuana. Couple of the bigger talls. But you mentioned Zona Norte, and you're like, uh-oh. You got to be a fighter to come out there. Terrible Morales. Dutchover combinations. Dutchover for this fight was actually sparring in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. The main sparring for WBO 126-pound champion Oscar Valdez. Spent originally supposed to be there for 2 weeks. Valdez liked it so much, kept him there for 3.
Talking to Frank Espinoza, the manager of Valdez, he will tell you that the most durable guy they had in that camp for Oscar Valdez leading into that fight for Scott Quigg was this young man, Michael Dutchover. Gave him his best work.
And Valdez usually spits out his sparring partners after 2 days. And give a lot of credit to Dutchover staying there for 3 weeks. Dutchover promoted by Thompson and Banner Promotions. Shout out to Artie Palullo watching her now. And Lopez answers with a 1-2 of his own. Body work from Dutchover, who's in the main event for the first time in his young career. But he's honored, but at the same time, he knows he has to put on a show.
One thing I like about Dutchover, he already has a defined professional style sitting right inside the pocket. He's always going to be in good television fights, and I think that's going to make him very attractive to television networks going forward.
Right hand blocked by Lopez. Keeping that high guard is Lopez. I think he's realizing Dutchover trying to go for that overhand right. Dutchover answers with a quick left hook. Final seconds of the opening round. Scheduled for 6 in the main event between Michael Dutchover and Ricardo Lopez. Eva Becerril buscando a los de Tijuana. Christopher Bernard, saludos. Fierro. Raul Robles, also con Richie Lopez, what you calling him. Cindy Castro, shout out to you in Texas. Puro Dueñas, I like Dutchover's presence already.
And by the way, Artie Palullo wants us to know he is watching and he's on his 3rd scotch. Artie, cheers.
3, huh? What kind of scotch, Artie?
Oh, only the best for him. He buys the premium labels, trust me.
So which kind is he sending us? Because after this fight, you know, it is VIP night.
Yes.
And it is a night of champions. And I did see a couple bars. So Artie, let me know what kind of scotch I should order. 664 checking in. And now 664, the area code for Midland, Texas. Ruben Cuellar, I see your comments. All potential matchmaking should be sent to Alex Campanova. That's all I got to say. Not on our Facebook.
And you can see again, Michael Dutchover just getting right to work inside that pocket, attacking the body with both hands. He's not afraid to mix it up, stick his nose into a pile. That's very appealing about Dutchover.
Dutchover, you're wondering, like, wait a minute. What kind of name is that? It's a Belgian name, his grandmother. There, he's also Mexican. As you said, he spending time in Guadalajara, he learned some Spanish. He actually went down to a ranch in Michoacan. His trainer, Danny Zamora, known him since amateur days. Dutchover decided to leave Midland, Texas, to come to the riches of Southern California as far as boxing lifestyle. Now living in Santa Fe Springs, in Danny's house, actually.
Yeah, I think that was a great move. I still remember, and I referenced this earlier, Jose Ramirez from the Central Valley, who won a title tonight, made the decision early in his career he simply was not going to get better with the available sparring up there in the Central Valley. Took his lumps at the wild card, facing the likes of Frankie Gomez and Manny Pacquiao. It is so key for young fighters to be able to get good work. And you see, again, Dutchover, again, pounding to that body. He's a guy that's, I don't think he has great one-punch power, Beto, but he's going to wear guys out over time with volume and activity.
Some of the people commenting saying they see that pro style in Dutchover so young. Lopez answering back.
Yeah, and he's very comfortable right there inside the pocket. Now, the one thing Danny Zamora wants is don't take a picture. After you throw your punches, either get out of the way or make sure your hands are nice and tight and up, because from where he's at, it is absolutely paramount. He has his hands in proper defensive position and tucked in.
We're watching at Juan Melendez's house in Midland, Texas. Also the Mora family cheering on Dutchover. También saludos a Lorena Menchaca. Vamos Richie, arriba Tijuana. So they call him Richie and TJ, all right. Richie Lopez, Dutchover. Richie lands a good left hook. Dutchover answers with a combination of his own.
Boy, that was a good exchange. Both men really getting off good right hands, and I think Lopez may have beaten him to the punch on that particular exchange. Ooh. Boy, that was a tricky move there by Lopez. He actually shifted to the southpaw stance and landed a very hard left that knocked Dutchover right on his heels.
Andrés Peña, ánimo, saludos desde Tijuana. Eva Becerril, Team Explosivo Lopez. And John Norman, all right, I get it. Dutchover, Midland, Texas, you the 432, appreciate you. Make sure you guys go to the Thompson Boxing website, social media, check it all out. Avi Mares, saludos. Rocío Becerril, esperando en Tijuana. What do you have, Steve?
A message from Artie Polulo. Monte Cristo #3 and Balbany 14. Those are certainly very, very highly recommended.
Monte Cristo and Balbalene. I'm gonna have to write that down. That just sounds fancy. You know, I got a clip-on bow tie tonight. I'm gonna try to get fancy with according to Mr. Polulo.
Round #3 is going to be interesting. I thought Lopez touched up Dutchover a little bit at the end of round #2. I tell you one thing about Lopez. He's quick, and he's got pretty good power. And Dutchover has to mind his P's and his Q's defensively in this particular matchup.
Now move, get out. Now get out. Go under.
Lopez has 5 sisters. He's the youngest sibling. Oldest one is 34 years old. So he just wants to come to the United States and give the fans a great fight. They didn't know much about Dutchover. I just want to give him a fight. Started boxing at the age of 13. Telegraph Barbers, what's up? Believe it or not, Dutchover told me to make sure you shout you guys out, but Arlene Marron, you jumped the gun. But
Keep moving, Mike.
joined now by Henry Ramirez, trainer extraordinaire, Crossroads Boxing.
Ring cross.
Oh, ring cross, I'm
Ring
sorry.
cross boxing.
Ring cross.
This is some good action here.
Yeah, what do you see here, Henry?
I really like Dutchover style, but I'll tell you what, this guy came to fight. What's his name again?
Ricardo Lopez.
Ricardo Lopez.
Ricardo, not Benito
Yeah, not
Lopez.
Benito.
But he has been very crafty. The one thing about Dutchover, with his style, it is absolutely paramount, isn't it, Henry, that he's got to bring his hands back every single
Everything
time.
comes back. Because this guy is getting off in between.
His nickname is Explosivo Lopez, the fighter from Tijuana, with the red gloves. You're right, Henry. He came to fight, especially here in the 3rd round.
This here is not one-way traffic. Dutchover's being made to work here. This is great experience.
This is back and forth action. Great experience, like you said. Great experience.
Now, your fighter, the heavyweight, won tonight.
Yeah, he had to work for it.
Scott Alexander.
Yeah, he won a 4th round stoppage, or they stopped it after the 4th.
Henry, you remind me of that driving instructor that goes on for the first time with this jittery kid on the highway. You literally have to instruct him with a guy like that, limited background almost every step of the way, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he didn't have any amateur fights, but he's a real great athlete. So yeah, like you said, you almost, step by step, you really have to guide him through every round.
That's part of the deal too. When, like, say a fighter like Dutchover only has 7 pro fights, he might have the amateur experience, but still, as a youngster, you got to give him more instruction, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, great hook.
Good left hook by Dutchover. Combination by
There you
Dutchover.
go. Nice little shift after.
Some crafty counter-punching off the ropes. That's one of the things that I really like about Dutchover. I think the one thing he lacks is great power, but he really does have a high boxing IQ with that volume. Yeah.
Kind of an old Juan Diaz a little bit, and it reminded me a little bit of Juan Diaz back in the day.
Little baby bull.
Yeah.
Oh, my jams are like mano arriba, danza kuduro. Got the red Steve Kim. Oh, tell me you don't just get all pumped when you hear this song. La, la.
So Henry, with Scott Alexander, limited amateur background, not that many fights, and for a heavyweight, relatively young at 28, how do you map this out?
Well, you know, he's 14-2. He's been inactive over the past year. We'll probably look to get him another fight. And then, you know, I think 14, 15-2, he's ready for a showbox type fight. You know, I seen Junior Fa fight. You know, there was a chance he was going to fight Lippy Morrison a while back, but Lippy got injured. So, you know, there's heavyweights out there that, you know, he's probably going to be in line to face.
Now, speaking of heavyweights, the guy that you're always going to be associated with,
Chris Arreola.
Is there any news on him?
Yeah, he's breathing.
Wait, you say he's breathing?
Yeah.
Breathing, yes,
So,
he's
yeah,
breathing.
he's breathing.
He's breathing, he's alive.
I talk to Chris every day, man. Chris and I talk every day. You know, his and my relationship goes far beyond boxing.
He's breathing. All right, Henry Ramirez and his breathing fighters. We're watching a good scrap here between Michael Dutchover and the Tijuana fighter Ricardo Lopez. And this is what's cool about the Facebook stream. Michelle Watkins writes, excited to see my former kindergarten student fight tonight, Team Dutchover. When your kindergarten teacher's watching.
That's awesome.
Long jab, long jab.
Salute to all the teachers out there.
Now move, long jab, let's go.
Braylon, Amaya, Julius, Team Dutchover with Lizette Gonzalez watching tonight.
Henry, you've been through this process of building fighters. For an 8th fight, the way Dutchover's facing Lopez, this is on the pretty good side, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, this is a kid's fight. You know, this is the fun stuff, guys, the building kids, you know, the starting from the grassroots, the ground roots, so to speak. You know, it's fun. I did this here with Josecito Lopez. I did it with Chris Arreola. This is getting heated.
Yeah.
This is getting really heated.
Now, Henry, having worked with Steve and with Doug Fisher the last few years, I've learned a fighter who knocks everybody out in his first 10 fights learns nothing.
You're not doing the kid. You know, you'll get him 1 or 2 of those, but you need someone who's going to offer some resistance. You know, someone to fight back a little bit, make him work, make him like my kid in the first fight, Anthony Franco. You know, he had to work for it. You know.
Yeah, I call those fights Milli Vanilli fights. Yeah, you're lip syncing. I mean, really, this right here is some stuff that is going to benefit Michael Dutchover 2-3 years down the line.
Absolutely.
Because you can only spar so much, right? You can only do so much. Like,
This is a very competitive fight.
Like, there's plans that Thompson Boxing and Banner has for Dutchover for 2018. But if you can't get past, I'm not knocking Ricardo Lopez, but you should win against a fighter like Ricardo Lopez. You have to be careful what you have as a promoter. You also got to figure out exactly what kind of fighter you got, too, right?
Absolutely.
Well, a lot of times, you know, Bill Parcells once said about the NFL, you are what your record says you are. In boxing, that's not true because of matchmaking, bad decisions. This guy Lopez at 7-1-2, he's pretty legitimate.
He's legit. He's legit.
I could absolutely see Alex Campanova using this guy again down the line.
Shoot, if he was here in the U.S., who knows? He may be a prospect, someone that would sign. You know what I mean?
Both of them only 20 years old.
Young kid, very young kid.
Solid right by Dutchover. Good right hand by the Tijuana fighter Lopez.
And by the way, guys, after 3, I have it 3-0, but I think rounds 2 and 3 have been very close and competitive. This has been certainly a stern test, a solid outing here for Dutchover against the very game Ricardo Lopez.
Very game.
Let's go, Mike.
If he's up 3-0, the rounds are very close. Not indicative of how close it is.
Puro Dueñas with Lopez not going quietly into the night. Do not go gentle into that good night. Little Dylan Thomas for you. Norma Torres, vamos explosivo. Tu mamá desde Tijuana. His mom is watching. Armando Pio Quinto, Team Dutchover. And then April 14th, we're on the road to the Salad Bowl, Salinas. Where should Steve and I go to dinner? Actually, where are you guys taking us to dinner?
And by the way, we are the big show on that night now that Terrence Crawford is not fighting Jeff Horn on that day.
I'll see you guys there because I'm going to be there too, so where are we tagging along to?
Oh, you're going?
I'll be there, yeah.
Why? Who you got?
I got the heavyweight fight, LaRon.
Oh, you got LaRon?
There's a couple guys I just managed down. It's awesome. I love the managing side of
Oh, so
the
you're
business.
managing LaRon?
LaRon, no, not LaRon, LaRon's opponent.
Oh, okay. Well, you know
and
what?
then Anthony Franco, I manage him, and Joe trains him, but Riverside half the time.
Well,
also.
you know this as a manager, one thing you have to do is become friends with the media, and one way of doing that is by taking
Just
Steve to
taking
dinner.
Steve.
Not me, I don't need to eat, but you know. Good right hand by
Man,
Lopez,
good right
the
hand.
5th round, scheduled for 6.
Ooh.
Solid right
Oh,
hand.
man.
As
Ooh, he
Tijuanero
can't-
comes in out, bravo.
Gotta catch and shoot. Catch and shoot.
What does that mean, Henry? Catch and shoot?
You want to catch a white shot, come right off it with the counter shot. Catch
Right.
and shoot.
And the one thing Dutchover's done well is keep his hands up and be able to
Yeah.
parry and deflect. This is a great experience for one reason. Most of the times, at 7-0, 8-0,
You don't get a fight like this.
Right, you're pitching, but you're not catching.
Yeah.
This is two-way
Yeah, this is
activity
two-way
here.
action. This is a tough fight. He's gonna wake up sore tomorrow.
Both of them.
Both of them, absolutely.
That's good work there by Lopez. Explosivo. And Dutchover comes in his own. This shows the quality of sparring that he was getting down in Guadalajara when he was with Oscar Valdez. Also sparred Jesse Magdaleno as Jesse started up his own camp. And Emilio Sanchez. And just great work. And it's paying off here.
Yeah, this fight is where Dutchover has to be very disciplined defensively, and you see him now. Every time he throws, he's very cognizant, Henry, of making sure that right hand comes
Gotta
right
bring
back
that-
near his ear.
You gotta bring those hands back.
Vince Lopez, right? Lopez, the real fighter. Let's go, Lopez.
Dutchover using his legs a little more now, so changing it up. Ooh,
Right hand.
man, he's gotta change up the timing of that jab now.
Getting hit. That's something when you go back and you watch the video, like, okay.
These are some great exchanges.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, right hand
man,
from
we got-
Tijuana. And Dutchover wore it.
Well, Dutchover did a nice job of tucking in his chin and kind of shouldering it a little bit.
He took a little off it.
But I'll tell you, these matchmakers, if you want a tough test for your prospect, call Lopez. He's going to give you a good, honest effort.
Absolutely.
That might be the hardest that Dutchover's ever been hit as
Yeah.
a pro.
Or the most he's ever been hit as a pro.
Most for sure. Body shot from Dutchover. You heard that thud. As Lopez keeps his left arm down really low after getting hit on the side.
Now get out.
And he listened to his corner, Danny Zamora, get out.
Don't let him get close to you, Mike. Don't let him get close to you.
Good action the entire fight. Michael Dutchover, Ricardo Lopez, our main event. 5th round, winding down. Solid side-to-side movement by Michael Dutchover. Good action as we head to the 6th and final round. Larry Rivas has Lopez up. And you can say that even
That's
you
not
said
out
it
of the
too.
question. There's some close rounds there.
Because you said rounds 2 and 3 were really close. You can see where it's going. Shelby Eleanor, how about this comment? You can never compare a Mexican-American with a real Mexican. Let's go
Órale.
Lopez. Oh,
Órale.
see, now you're going into territory.
Stop.
Let me tell you
stop.
something as a Mexican-American broadcaster.
Órale.
Oh, I can never be.
Órale.
What did Selena's dad say? We can never be too Mexican. We can never be too American. Can't be. You gotta believe both. Oh, see. And we both know, Henry, that the real Mexican is Steve Kim right here.
Right, Mexican.
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 I'm just a fancy Mexican.
The pride of Montebello, Steve Kim.
And the pride of TJ coming out.
man.
Zona Norte, el explosivo Ricardo Lopez.
Man, he's letting it all hang out this round.
Hey,
Last round.
when you fight in the United States for the first time, you got to know that everything's against you. And you know he's trying to find it.
Yeah,
He's trying to find a promoter too.
Yeah, he sure is.
Dutchover mentioned the training in Guadalajara, was running sprints with all the boxers. He'd always come in second during the running to Valdez, but not by far. So he feels in great shape. Let's see how that conditioning comes through here in the 6th round.
He's getting outworked. In this
Yes,
last
he
round.
is.
He's getting outworked.
He turns him around.
Nice work.
That's hard to do, isn't it?
It is.
This corner urging on Lopez. You hear him yelling, "Vamos, Richie."
Good combination. Now he's on using his legs. Getting off and getting out. Getting off and
Dutch
getting
over in the
out.
corner. It's out of there.
Good hook.
Hook from
Nice
Dutchover.
hook.
Yep. Quick hook from Dutchover. That's from the southpaw stance.
Hands up.
It's the arsenal Dutchover starting to use. Switching back and forth. So he feels real comfortable with it.
Well, he's shown the ability to shuffle the deck, but in all honesty, he's had to. He's had to disrupt the tempo and the timing, and some of this round he's even fought southpaw.
Definitely had to change it up because he was, at the end of the round, he was getting beat to the punch. Losing the exchanges.
45 seconds to go in the fight.
He has some swelling on his eye, Dutchover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a little mouse under the eye.
A fight that I'm pretty sure is tougher than he expected. Solid.
That was
As
good
you
action.
have Michael Dutchover and Ricardo Lopez go the distance. Good night of action here. 4 fights as Lopez jumps onto the rope.
I didn't see the third fight, but our 2 fights were competitive.
Yeah.
This was
Yeah.
competitive.
Yeah.
This was good matchmaking.
Good night
This
all.
was good matchmaking.
As here goes Steve Kim's unofficial scorecard.
That's how I have it.
And you know what? I thought Dutchover won this fight, but it certainly was not his most dominant performance, which is a testament to Lopez, who I had closing strong, winning rounds 5 and 6. Certainly.
If you give him any early
Yeah.
round, it's a draw.
I mean, a draw would not surprise me, but I do think Dutchover eked it out, Henry.
Yeah.
But, you know, regardless of the result, this is the type of fight 5 years from now you're going to say,
He'll look back.
that
and
forced him.
Yep, yeah, absolutely.
You see Michael Dutchover's his brother in the background. The crime fighting cut man, Mike Rodriguez in the corner.
I'm not a fan of his trainer, Danny Zamora.
hey, you know what? Is anybody?
Alex Cabanova says Danny and I were separated at birth.
You're not cousins?
He said
You're not
he
cousins?
said we're brothers separated at birth.
All right, before you guys get crazy on the Facebook, nobody's comparing Chavez and De La Hoya. Get out of here with that.
What?
I don't know. Something about the Mexican Americans.
Oh, God.
Because you know they go to night school and take Spanish.
Right,
You get a B.
right. Go to sleep. This was a good action fight.
Yeah, this was a fun fight. Interesting how the judges have it. Beto Duran, Steve Kim, and Henry
I'll be
Ramirez.
seeing you guys April 14th.
We'll
I
see
have
you at
two-
Salinas.
I have 2 kids on the 27th show in April,
And
Jonah
we'll-
Flores and Louis Lopez. Right now I have 11 pros right now, 10 pros.
Whoa.
A lot of young kids. It's great. I love it.
And
love
as Ruben Espinoza says, you know it's a good fight when you want to see both fighters again.
Again, absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And Ruben Benavides, Puro Whataburger, whatever, man. Ain't no Whataburger on this broadcast. And Sonny Franco gives us our results.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 exciting rounds of action to the judges' scorecards we go. All 3 judges, Eddie Hernandez Jr., Marty Dankin, and Zach Young, all see the bout the same. 59-55 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Michael Dutchover.
So Michael Dutchover keeps his perfect record. Henry Ramirez, we will say bye to you. We will see you in Salinas, though.
Couple weeks.
I will see you guys in a couple weeks.
And congratulations to you. You had
All right, guys.
Anthony Franco and Scott Alexander with victors tonight.
Thank you guys.
So
Thanks for having me.
Midland, Texas, your fighter gets the victory. El Tijuanero Ricardo Lopez, though, made a name for himself. Opened up as Dutchover's going to come over and talk to us in a little bit.
Boy, that was tough.
That was tough,
That was a tough night at the office.
and that was also fun. A lot of fun. Thanks to everybody watching. Don't go anywhere. Dutchover's going to come over and do an interview with us. Well, Richie.
Good fight, man.
Le mandamos saludos a toda tu familia. So Richie's walking off right now. So you see Ken Thompson, Danny Zamora, taking the pictures.
And Artie Palulo says very proud of his young man, so that's exactly the type of tough fight that he needs. And he really, I got to tell you, one thing Dutchover showed tonight was some discipline, staying power, and character. You don't get those in early round knockouts.
Y gracias a todos los que nos estaban mirando desde Tijuana. As Michael Dutchover making his way over to our set.